Jesus rode into the city, so excited was the crowd. He sat upon a donkey, and the beast was very proud. The people waved palm branches, and they shouted out aloud.
Hosanna to the Son of David, blessed be the King. Hosanna to the Son of David, sing, sing, sing. Hosanna to the Son of David, blessed be the King. Hosanna to the Son of David, sing, sing, sing.
Jesus strode into the temple and spotted the temple cheats. He turned their tables over, and then he threw them in the streets.
What do you mean by this?
They yelled.
Who do you think you are? If you want to be our leader, this won't get you very far.
My Father's house is a house of prayer. Do not do that again. For my Father's house is a holy place, not a robber's den.
So they took him and they booked him, and they began to pull his beard. They poked him, they prodded him, they mocked him and they jeered. They stripped him and they whipped him, he was pierced by thorny crown. They dressed him up like royalty, put on a kingly gown. They battered him and bruised him, they beat him with their fists. They taunted and confused him, they tied his wrists. They spat on him and laughed at him, and were not satisfied, till they led him to a rubbish heap and had him crucified. It wasn't till the sky went black when they had their fun. Then a soldier, a centurion, realized what they'd done, for I distinctly overheard him say,
"Surely this was the Son of God."
Mary Magdalene and the women came. Before the break of day, they came to anoint Christ's body, the tradition of the day. When Mary saw the stone rolled back, she cried and pulled her hair. The tomb was empty, and so she screamed,
"My Lord is not there."
Mary ran to tell the others exactly what she'd seen. At first they didn't trust her, then they bolted from the scene. Simon Peter was first to leave, but then ran out a puff. He left behind, but underneath his breath he gasped,
I've had enough.
John soon overtook him and sprinted very fast. When they reached the garden, he was first, and Peter was last. When they took their breath back, they both were quite relieved. Mary had been right about the tomb, and they saw, and they believed. After all was said and done, and all the men had gone back home, Mary sat there all alone, wondering who had moved the stone. But they turned around, she drew back, and nearly had a heart attack. For there before her very eyes, two angels did she spy.
Why do you weep, O woman?
They said,
"'Tis resurrection day."
but she did not understand, and whispered.
They've taken my Lord away.
Looking round, her heart beat faster, because she saw her Lord and Master. Jesus said,
Mary, my dear, there's no need to strive. I'm not dead, as you can see. I'm very much alive.